The term weather bomb has been making the rounds lately, appearing on the front page of newspapers and the top of television news cycles. Despite this phrase only recently entering household conversation, the meteorological definition of the bomb has been around for decades. John R. Gyukum, a professor of atmospheric science at McGill University in Montreal, is one of two authors who coined the nickname and studied the phenomenon behind the bomb in the 1980s. In an interview this week, Gyukum shared his thoughts with the Washington Post about how the name came to be. When did the term come about, and how was bomb selected? It came from a paper we published in 1980. The title was Synoptic Dynamic Climatology of the Bomb. I was a graduate student at the time at MIT, and my advisor, who was the lead author, Frederick Sanders, actually coined the term. He had quite a bit of experience making forecasts for cyclones in the North Atlantic that were developing very rapidly. Oftentimes, we'd even say explosively. Given their explosive development, it was an easy path to take to just call these systems bombs. What does a storm have to do to be classified as a bomb? We defined it as a series of pressure falls that occur in a rapidly developing cyclone. The central pressure of the storm has to drop at the rate of 1 millibar per hour for at least 24 hours. What first brought your attention to this phenomenon? We noticed a tendency for storms in the northern Atlantic and Pacific to sometimes intensify quickly during the fall and winter months. What really brought attention to these storms was a rare summertime storm in 1979. The storm bummed out and impacted the Fastnet yacht race in the United Kingdom. It caused widespread damage and a number of casualties, and elevated these sorts of storms to international attention. What role did your paper have in the science of forecasting these storms? One of the reasons we published this paper was that these explosively developing cyclones were most prevalent during the wintertime and the winds themselves tended to be of hurricane force. Impacts of these cases were often comparable to those of hurricanes. But many people would mistakenly let their guard down once hurricane season was over. This happened a lot with marine and coastal interests. Our goal was to help raise awareness that damaging ocean storms don't just happen during the summer. Did the term bomb take off immediately after the paper was published? The paper helped to launch into public perception a little bit more. It mainly served to raise the awareness of scientists, which was most important since they are the stakeholders, so to speak. That spawned a lot of important research. At the time, forecasting for these systems was poor. The President's Day storm in '79 dropped record-shattering snow on DC, for instance, and it was really poorly forecast. Thanks to the work that's been done since, prediction has improved phenomenally. And I think the term has helped contribute to the visibility of the phenomenon as well. It's become popularized in recent years.